of the strength of your will. No teammates to help, no one to call on for support. It's just you, your weapon, and your wits, downrange from an opponent, your enemy, who wants to welt you up and steal your glory. Only the most agile gunfighters and the fastest thinkers will prevail. The matches in the quarterfinals for the Dallas Shootout are set. Clint Johnson, AC Diesel's #1 killer at their first pro event in Las Vegas. He's fast and aggressive, and he's one of the dark horses to win this shootout. He faces off against Jesse Stevens, who has his same skill set, just with more experience in the deep rounds against the best in the world. Jesse's versatile attack on both sides of the field helped X Factor win a series title in 2019.
We've kind of gotten used to the whole 5-on-5. You win by hitting a buzzer, but truly it comes down to elimination, where this is going to be different. I think I was just more excited to play than anything. Yeah, just coming into it with an open mind and just thinking, hey, one-on-one is going to be a lot of fun.
I think the Jesse versus Clint matchup is particularly strong just because they're both like aggressive, fit guys that both run and shoot particularly well. I've coached them both at a professional level. Clint is a little bit more just kind of wiry. He's going to be kind of, all over the place, I would think. He can go over the top. He can do some other things that are kind of freakish sometimes with Clint's athletic ability. And then Jesse, his fundamentals are just very strong. He works at them a lot. He's just very clean and crisp. And so I think when they get in that one-on-one engagement, you're going to see kind of Jesse trying to muscle him around with his gun skills a lot, and Clint kind of doing some, multi-dimensional, uncharacteristic things.
I've never heard of Jesse. Think about it, right? Like any sport, any extreme sport, right? There's an experience, right? Let's take skateboarding, for example. If you go to the skate park and you're like seeing everyone drop in on these big bowls, like, I'm gonna try that. And you drop in and you get wrecked, you don't want to drop in again, right? It's in your head, right? It's fear, right? It's fear that is bred inside of you. And I think that's how a lot of players get in paintball, right? They go somewhere off the break and they get shot off the break. They're fearful of that happening again. And when that fear sets in, I'm there to feast. So that's how we're gonna operate.
This is what I do. I play one-on-ones all the time. This is like part of how I prepare for events. I have guys that give me a better run than he ever will, It doesn't matter who I play, honestly. I don't even look at it like that.
With Jesse, he's fast, but this field is smaller, and it comes down to mindset, right? Outsmarting the individual. I think that's where I'll really capitalize on him. He's small, he's fast, and so I'll definitely have to keep track of him. But if this is kindergarten, I'm the teacher.
Yeah, Clint's a clown.
I can manage this. This isn't anything serious, right? You put your crowns in this box, you put your nap bed here, and you do what you're told. I'm gonna tell him what to do out there.
I got a lot of love for Clint. We've played on the same teams, Since I've moved to Texas, we played on 3 different teams together and against each other, So it's been a crazy look. I think this field suits me. I really do. I think it suits my play style. It leans more towards my strengths.
I think for Jesse, when it comes to the mechanics of paintball, he's a phenomenal player, right? Snap shooting, running and gunning, those are things he's good at. But when it comes down to dissecting a layout and knowing where to go and when to go there, I think that's something he's going to struggle with for sure in this format.
And that's fine. There's nothing you're going to show me that's going to surprise me. It's talking about breaking down a field. Dude, I've coached half of the divisional teams of the USXBL and have been in multiple finals.
And he gets in his head a lot. Jesse gets in his head a lot, right? If he gets shot off the break, he's going to second guess going to that spot, right? If he gets shot in a gunfight, maybe he's not going to battle as hard. So I'm just going to go out there, slap him around a little bit, let him know who his daddy is and make him simmer down. Then when he starts playing defensive, I just start pushing it. It's simple. Emotional management with him. That's what I think.
It's fine. Mental game, please, dude. 28 years old, I've grown up. He's getting himself into a world of trouble, He's just stirring the pot. I'm gonna bring his ass to the barbecue and cook him up. Little chicken legs. I'm gonna serve him up with a biscuit and take this dub. You don't want this. He doesn't know what he got himself into. He talks out of his ass because he's nervous and he knows what's coming. And it's fine. He'll figure it out. It'll be the hard way. He might take another sabbatical from the game. Who knows? But, this ain't nothing, dude. This ain't nothing. I love the guy. I really do. And I know he's just stirring it up, but I'm going to stir it up too. You can put that on there. I don't give a fuck. If Nathan's a phenom, I'm busting me Ric Flair, baby. Woo! Come on.
I mean, both arrogant in their own right, both head cases in their own right, and I'm excited to see that matchup because it's going to be like a warhead going off, you know? Once one of them gets heated and the other one retaliates, and whichever way, it's going to be on. So give it 3 minutes, it's going to be exciting paintball.
I think winning an event like this, a one-on-one championship, will be absolutely huge. For me personally, I like to pride myself on my one-on-one playing ability, and you know, just being able to be at the top of something like this and win it will just speak volumes about my game and how far I've come. Yeah, I honestly think the winner of this match is the favorite to win the tournament.
I think Jesse and Clint is the best matchup of the quarterfinals. That's the one I want to watch the most. It's going to be pure entertainment. I mean, those two are going to be fun to watch just because of their play, how fast they like to play, how wild they like to get, but also the fact that they're both going to be mic'd up. The on-field reporters are going to be talking to them after each point. It's going to be crazy. That's the one I look like the most. And I really don't know, like, I think that's the hardest one for me to try to pick somebody who I think is going to win. I don't know. I mean, if I had to bet a milkshake right now, I don't think I could. You know, that's hard. I don't know. Honestly, Jesse and Clint are two of the three my personal picks that I think would win episode 1.
Welcome to the Ultimate Shootout, a true test of individual paintball ability. This is both a crucible of gunfight skill and a measure of the strength of your will. No teammates to help, no one to call on for support. It's just you, your weapon, and your wits, downrange from an opponent, your enemy, who wants to welt you up and steal your glory. Only the most agile gunfighters and the fastest thinkers will prevail.
The Ultimate Shootout, it's like a different take on a one-on-one. It's adding in more elements that will make it more exciting. The thing about paintball is it's hard to film, it's hard for someone that doesn't understand it to watch it because there's so much going on. You kind of want to isolate that down to 1 versus 1, so it's easy to view, it's easy to consume that content. But if you just keep playing 1v1 over and over again, you're just watching it, there's nothing changing. So I think that's the Ultimate Shootout, bringing in the buzzers, the different dynamic scoring systems, becomes a much more interesting thing to watch.
But as it broke down, I really liked it because the one-on-one format really allows you to be selfish, right? Like when you go from playing 5-on-5, any decision you make is going to affect more people than just yourself. Where in this format, it's you do whatever you want to do and you can take full responsibility, and that's how it is. So I'm a big fan of the format because I can do what I want to do, and then if it works, it's on me. If it doesn't work, it's on me.
I think the goal is excitement. I think it's so exciting and it's simple, right? So like I told my med school friends about this. I'm like, hey, I'm on this cool TV show, we're doing it for paintball. And they're like, this is the first time they've actually been excited about what I'm doing. Because for the most part, they don't really care if it's a 5-on, like they know what that is. But this is something I'm like, this is new, this is exciting. This is not just like shoot the other guy. It's way different. And
Welcome to the very first Ultimate Shootout ever, number 001, the inaugural event. We're here in Waxahachie, Texas, at Paintball Fit. I'm Matty Marshall, and we are about to head into the quarterfinals. The very first matchup is going to be an interesting one. Mark Johnson is going to take on Meter Ninios. Now, this is a one-on-one format, fixed bayonets, meet in the middle, and brand new scoring system with 3 different buzzers. It's going to get nasty out there. Let's jump into the action. The new one-on-one rules for the Ultimate Shootout are simple. There are multiple ways to score points. 1 point is awarded for a kill, and then players will switch sides. If there is a simultaneous kill, then both players will be awarded a point. There are 3 buzzers located at the 50-yard line, blue, red, and black. 8 seconds before the round starts, the bonus buzzer, worth 4 points, will be indicated by a puff of smoke and announced to the competitors, potentially changing their strategy at the last second. The other 2 buzzers are worth 3 points each, but the round only ends after an elimination, and the players can hit more than 1 buzzer in a round. If the players get 3 kills in a row, they'll activate a kill streak bonus, and every kill thereafter, they will receive an additional 3 points, plus the point for a kill for a total of 4 points. The kill streak carries over and only ends when their opponent gets a kill. The first player to reach 20 points wins the match. If there is a tie, rounds will be played until the tie is broken. And if both players get past 20 points in a round, the highest score will win.
We are just a couple minutes away from going into our first official match here. It's going to be Mark Johnson versus Dimitri Ninios. How are you feeling? I have nerves. I have butterflies.
You just gave me nerves and butterflies right now. I wasn't nervous till you just said that, but I'm doing great. I'm ready. I think Meter's ready. We're just ready to have fun, man, to be honest.
I was talking to Meter earlier, and he said age is definitely going to play a factor. And you're 3 years older than him, give or take. How do you feel?
You want to state the obvious, or you want to state something else? So, I mean, that's what anybody's going to say. Anybody's going to say the guy's much older than me. I got him because I'm younger. Again, I should say I'm much older than him. I got him, no problem. So that's just how we're going to have to see what happens.
You have experience on your side. It can get wild out here. I was watching that test run, and I mean, you could hit all the buzzers. You could just have points flying all over the place. But what do you think we're going to see a lot of?
We're going to see a lot of that same stuff. Meter and I, we're brothers, and brothers fight. So just look for a fight, you know. I'm here to have fun. I'm ready to shoot the piss out of him. He's ready to shoot the piss out of me. End of the day, we're going to go back and hug each other and go play paintball again somewhere else. So we're just happy to be here, be a part of this whole deal. It's probably one of the best things paintball's done in a really long time, so we're excited about it.
All right, well, good luck. You can go get ready. Dimitri, come on over here. You just heard all that.
I did.
How do you feel about going into this match?
I agree with everything. I love it. We've been together with each other, against each other forever. It's truly going to be a battle of brotherhood, and whoever temper flares first, the other one will rebuttal, and that's going to be exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
What do you think is going to be the best thing about this format?
Oh man, it's mental and athletic, and you're gonna see people. Like, I'm typically a stoic player, but I know for a fact it's gonna get in people's heads. Like, you're gonna want to say your piece and be felt and be heard. So that's what's the most exciting thing for sure.
That's why we have you mic'd up, and I can't wait for what happens behind this wall in between each point.
Yeah, that'll be the paywall. You gotta pay behind, get behind the paywall. So sign up for Go Sports.
All right, well, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lauren. So the battle is about to begin. Dimitri Ninios taking on Mark Johnson. Again, I have TJ Danner up here, very familiar with both of these players. So let's get a quick breakdown again, TJ, about the battle that's going to go down right now.
It's a cool matchup to see, just the history between the two, and guys that have been playing alongside and against each other for a long time, so it's going to be a really interesting matchup.
Mark is going to be in the orange, and Meter Ninios is going to be in the blue. And definitely one of those situations where it is younger brother essentially against older brother, because like you're talking about, a lot of history between these two guys. I mean, Mark was very instrumental in bringing Meter back to Texas paintball. At one point in time, Meter Ninios had moved out to the East Coast when he was in his late teens, and Mark was one of the guys that was able to bring him back here. And Meter has played for a laundry list of top teams over the years, and Mark Johnson is one of the Mr. Texas paintball guys. And like we said, old salty veteran, kind of had a lot of these younger kids, showed them the ropes, and he's the oldest competitor out here. You have to give the nod to Meter Ninios. He's younger, a little bit faster, he's nimble. But, man, if he sleeps on Mark Johnson, it would not surprise me at all if Mark Johnson knocks him out.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can sleep on Mark. I mean, Mark's the oldest guy out here for sure, but I would argue he's also probably the most competitive guy out here in that, every point, every one-on-one. Mark and I come out here and play one-on-ones all the time with each other when field layouts are out and things like that. Mark does not like to lose. He's one of these guys that he still has the fire in him at his age, and he's one of the most competitive guys out here. So it's going to be great to see him match up with Meter.
It's about to go down. About 10 seconds to go before the start of this first round. Each engagement is a round. Blue. What strategy do you think Mark's going to come out with here to start out with, TJ?
I think Mark's going to really try to come at Meter a lot this whole match and try to get some buzzers here.
And at the start, it looks like Mark is going to head towards the car wash side of the field, and immediately elimination kill here for Meter and Ninios. So that's a quick one.
Hit the showers.
And goes up early. 1
Speed off the break.
0 will be the score.
Yeah, and I think Mark's strategy, a lot of this is going to be he's not so much going to care about dying once or twice here or there. I mean, if you're not on a kill streak, the death is only worth 1 point, so it really promotes the aggression between the players and really trying to go for the buzzers.
Even though he's left-handed,
Yeah.
he went towards the bonus buzzer.
Yeah.
So wherever they call, that's your first inclination.
Yeah, I think he's just going to keep going for points.
Trying to hit the buzzers.
Yeah, Ryan Brand also coaching Meter Ninios out here. I think the coaching element of just like in MMA, when you come and finish a round, you sit down on that stool and you get an earful from your coach talking about how you employed the game plan. But no, not much of a game plan in that first one. Mark was trying to press, and Meter just shot him out.
Yeah, and you hear Mark talking already. Down 1-0.
10 seconds. Orange.
So it looks like the orange button is going to be the bonus button on the stand-up side of the field over there. 4 points for that bonus button. We'll see if Meter heads towards that. If Mark heads toward, Mark's actually going to go to the opposite side of the field and completely drops the ball. Mark is going to be able to hit that blue buzzer. 3 points for him, but then ends up getting taken out. And that's that risk versus reward, TJ. As a very tactical player yourself, somebody that is known for very quickly understanding, okay, this is the situation presenting myself right now. I'm trying to clean up a point. Obviously, that's team paintball, one-on-one paintball, a little bit different situation, but you are a great one-on-one player yourself. But Mark, with the big risk there, ends up getting that 3 points there. So now going to be 2-3, still close game here to start things out.
Yeah, one of the interesting things here is this is one of the points where a little bit of a different strategy may come into play, because Mark was able to take the lead by taking that big risk and hitting the buzzer there. Goes up 3-2. But now Meter's won the first 2 one-on-one, so he's engaged on a kill streak here, where this third kill here is worth an additional 3 points. So you see Mark come out real aggressive there and get that buzzer and take the lead. But now he puts himself in a little bit of a risky situation at this point, where he really needs to stay alive or at least trade out with Meter there and not afford to give Meter those 3 extra points.
Yeah, can't quite come out as aggressive potentially depending on which way Meter is going to be shooting. He was able to hit that buzzer, though, because Meter had completely dedicated towards that bonus buzzer side of the field.
Black.
So it looks like the bonus buzzer is going to be the black. Again, the bonus buzzer at 8 seconds before the start of the round is announced. So it's going to be the center one this time, TJ.
Yeah, and anytime we see the center buzzer as the bonus buzzer, I think you'll see a lot of players just try to take that big leak up the middle right away.
Oh, and it looks like, did they trade out, though? Definitely Mark Johnson. Looks like Mark Johnson is clean, so he must have got bounced, it looked like.
Hey, Coach, what are you doing?
Thanks for checking your card.
Coach,
1 point, Mark Johnson.
what are you doing, Coach?
You got bounce, man.
What are you doing?
Score is
Good. Get the biscuit for the biscuit.
Mark Johnson.
He's hitting the pack. Mark, clean up your, Mark. You gotta hit the pack. Yeah,
I don't think so.
that was afterwards. You shot me on the way out. No.
That bounced off a bunker. One call, doesn't count.
For the veteran Mark Johnson against one of his proteges, Meter Ninios here, and a 2-point lead. 4-2 is the score. It is the first to 20 points in this ultimate shootout format. He's switching sides here each round, so.
And it's going to be fun to see as this match goes on to see how much Mark's able to get in Meter's head. You know, you heard Mark talking to Ryan Brand after that point. He was yelling down at Meter even after losing the first one-on-one there. So Mark's going to be talking this whole game, and it'll be interesting to see it build over the rest of this match.
Hey, man, if you're not trying to get in your opponent's head, I don't really feel you're doing your due diligence out here in this competition. So especially when there's so much history between all these players at this first event here in Waxahachie, Texas, a little outside of Dallas, Paintball Fit. Right now, Mark Johnson is gun dominant on Meter Ninios. Going to run in. He's going to hit another buzzer, but ends up getting taken out. But the bonus buzzer was hit by Mark Johnson. Mark Johnson's tactics here are starting to work for him, TJ.
Yeah, it's cool to see there. I mean, you see Meter took the aggression early, and he was kind of up the center of the field, and Mark was a little bit hung back here on this car wash side of the field. But then a lot of times when you put yourself in a big bunker like a can, in this one-on-one and when you're playing a real 5-on-5 match as well, you limit your vision a lot. So it lets people make a big run on one side of the field there, and that's what you see Mark do. He saw Meter was trapped in that can in the middle of the field. He takes a big run, and worst case, he trades out with Meter there, but he gives himself a chance to hit that bonus buzzer and ends up paying off for him there.
He just shot me in the back. Letting you know to get cleaned up. I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, whatever. No, you're not. You're trying to get my head, Ryan Brand.
This format, you can have big swings on the points, and Mark is still chirping here at Meter. But you called it, TJ. You said Mark was going to press against Meter. 42 or 40-ish. We'll call him 40-ish here. Mark Johnson, oldest competitor out here. But really, not. I mean, he's getting after it right now here. He's trying to get in Meter's head.
Yeah, and
like you didn't hear
say
me.
Mark's one of the one of the oldest competitors here, but Mark is consistently one of the last guys out on the field playing every time we're out here. So Mark's got no quit in him.
Big moment right now for Meter Ninios here. Doesn't want to let Mark start to get in his head, and I think Meter getting that quick kill now on Mark.
God damn it.
As Mark was pushing towards that orange bunker. It
See
looked like,
what happens when you talk
buzzer.
shit?
It looked like
Get
he was
shot.
trying to get to it.
So Meter clawing back into this one slightly here, still down by 4.
Yeah, and it's one of those formats where you can see, easily 4 points scored in one round. A bonus buzzer and a kill's worth 5 points. So 8-4 sounds like it's a big deficit, but it could be erased quickly in 1 point. So that's where it's really exciting to play in and watch this format, because you do see such big swings and you have potential for big comebacks, and you really have to be on your toes every round. You can't take one round off and let your opponent come back in such a big fashion.
Yeah, and also stamina, as this tournament starts to play itself out, is really going to be fundamental as far as importance is concerned, because, man, when you start dragging somebody into the deep water physically, it does start to affect the decisions that they make. But, yeah, I do agree. Like we talked about, big swings here potentially on the points. I mean, theoretically, you could hit all 3 buzzers in 1 point. I don't think that's going to happen necessarily, but you never know.
Yeah, I don't even think we've seen a player hit 2 buzzers in 1 point, but it's going to be interesting to see if we can see someone pull off a highlight move like that today.
So Mark risking it a little bit, but the kill streak almost engaged right now for Meter. He just needs 1 more. Again, it's a 3 kills in a row, gives you that kill streak. And Meter now is, I think he just clipped out Mark, and he did. So now Meter,
4 points, Meter.
with a big 4-point swing here, with the kill streak engaged, is going to tie it up 8-8.
And this is where you see, something that can really work in Meter's favor here is that, we see Mark being a lot more aggressive, trying to go hit the buzzers, and now Meter's on a kill streak. So it puts a little bit of extra pressure on Mark. He doesn't want to go and risk his body so much, because his body's now worth 3 points. So really, if you're Mark in this situation, you maybe want to, I don't know, maybe take it a little bit slower, try to go out there and win a one-on-one, or worst case, trade out there and at least end the kill streak.
What's the score now? Tied up.
Yeah, I need it.
Okay.
Somebody give me oxygen. Anybody got oxygen back here? Can't be no bitch out here playing this. You can't have the corona lungs.
10 seconds.
Yeah, Mark's been talking nonstop though. He's really
Let's
trying
go.
to get into
Block it
Meter's
in.
head. He's trying to get in the ref's head. He's trying to get in everyone's head right now, TJ.
Mark could be down 0-20, and he'll keep talking.
So right now, Mark, though, again, has to play slightly conservative. He doesn't have to, but it would definitely benefit him to try to get this kill streak off the board. He's not able to do it, so another 4 points as Meter starting to hit his stride right now. Dimitri Ninios, playing against one of his mentors here, now takes a 4-point lead.
Yeah, and I think, one of the mistakes you see Mark make in some of these points is he's let Meter be gun dominant over the top of that back center bunker, and then Mark's trying to make moves out from there. So Meter's able to sit over the top, see where Mark goes, and then just kind of keep Mark's head down from there. So Mark's kind of fighting an uphill battle from the get-go in these points, just in allowing Meter to be gun dominant so early.
Winner of this match will be taking on the winner of the Jesse Stevens-Clint Johnson match. We'll be breaking that one down thoroughly.
Yeah, so I think I either go for a buzzer or play a little more.
You don't. So what's working right now is you're shooting every fucking time.
Yeah.
Right? So you hitting a buzzer is just gonna give you 3 points and you lose the streak.
Okay.
Hey, tell him what to do, Ryan Brad.
Okay.
Hey, it didn't work in Vegas. It ain't gonna work here.
Still chirping out there, though. I don't think it's going to stop.
Oh, it's not stopping.
Blue.
So now the blue buzzer is the bonus buzzer here on the car wash side of the field. And Mark's going to go for it. He gets checked, though, as he just immediately cyclops his Meter, though. Stops the kill streak, puts another point on the board here, and gets a little bit closer here on the score. 12-9 is the score. Still in favor of Dimitri Ninios.
Yeah, and it's a big point for Mark Johnson there, because now you really get a big reset in that the kill streak's back, back to 0. Mark's kind of strategy is able to open up a little bit more, and it'd be interesting to see if we see Mark go for some aggression, maybe a big push for the middle buzzer right away, something a little bit different, just to see if he can kind of get back in this one and get some points under him.
I will not take his advice. Don't take his advice. That time it did not work.
No, it did not.
Did not work. Don't take his advice. It did not work. Go away. I don't want you to hurt my friend. You're hurting my friends, your concepts. See, a coach is sometimes bad because it makes you question what you're going to do.
Tries to be zen out there a lot of times. He doesn't mind when guys are chirping at him. So, but this is going to be a little bit of a test, especially when it's somebody like an older brother figure like Mark Johnson.
Yeah, and a lot of people may not mind when someone's chirping at him in a 5-on-5 format. It's a little bit different when it's 1-on-1 and it's just you versus another guy.
Elimination. Point. Meter.
And Meter eating up Mark, and that one is
Oh, he
Mark
finally came
all
out
the way
the house.
out wide, not hiding behind a bunker. But you don't look. All you just need the bunkers just
Finally.
exist to put between you and the
Finally.
opponent. But that one not working out here for Mark.
He
and
said his gunfighting skills was the best. He ain't gunfight me all day. Till now.
points that you need to take the victory and punch his ticket into the semifinals.
Yeah, one of the interesting things you see for the two different players, you see Ryan Brand walking out there with Meter almost every point. Ryan does this with X Factor anytime they have a big point as well at any of the NXL events. And then you see Mark, I don't know if he's getting as much coaching help as Meter is. And there's a lot of strategy that goes into this. There's a lot of different variables, a lot of different things that the players can come up with and try to decide on their own. So
we need oxygen, what we need back here. This ain't the week for the week, baby. You got to be fit around here. Hey, great thing we did this at Paintball Fit, because you got to be fit to play this shit.
With Ryan Brand, like you were talking about, breaking it down with his player Meter Ninios. We're going to have Ryan Brand come up here to help us do some commentating as well too. Can't wait to pick his brain about coaching in this format. So now it looks like the red buzzer is the bonus buzzer. Mark going towards that here as he is down a few, locked in this gunfight right now with Meter. Meter run, right-handed, up and over the top. He's going to improve his position, and on the run, gets the drop there on Mark. Gets the kill, shoots him in the head there, left-handed in the transition. Bunker to bunker, though, but Mark not happy apparently with the calls. He's over there giving his piece of the mind to the referee. He's talking to everybody right now. Yeah, he's trying to grab one of the referees, yelling at him.
yeah, and it sounded like Mark thinks he got a shot on Meter there, but Meter making the smart move. Anytime it gets questionable, you make the quick run, sprint back into the pit, and then you're good once you get off the field.
You also got to be careful. Look, you've got to, if you don't feel the call went your way, especially in this format, yeah, plead your case. You're not going to get any sort of penalty for giving the referee a piece of your mind as long as you keep it pretty clean out here. They are going to let the players, be emotional out here. I mean, this is an emotional sport, man. And one of the things I love about the Ultimate Shootout format and how this is crafted is that's part of the game here.
I just like moving. Moving is more rewarding. Yeah.
It could be a lot of points out here, and it is a very tiring format. One-on-one's not one where you can get in your bunker and take a little rest, if you need it.
Yeah, there's no time. There's
every
no clock.
second's crucial.
There is no clock. It is just who gets to 20 points first. So now a little bit more conservative breakout for both Johnson and Ninios. Ninios going to be going towards the blue bunker side. Still, though, might have clipped out Mark Johnson. Johnson's going to get checked out by the referee. He's now right-handed, and here goes Meter. Meter sprints for that blue buzzer. There goes Mark. Mark's going to hit the red buzzer before he gets taken out.
Elimination.
But Meter ended up getting a buzzer and the kill streak bonus. Yeah, so congratulations to Meter Ninios as he takes down his older brother in this game, Mark Johnson. So Mark Johnson eliminated.
Yeah, and it's a cool one there to see. You see a pretty good variety in Meter and how he got those points there. He was able to get on a couple kill streaks there, and he was also able to hit some buzzers. So one of the things I think that really opens up the buzzers is when you are on a kill streak. When your opponent's forced to hang back and maybe be a little bit more conservative, you can kind of have a little bit of freedom to take those extra risks, and you see Meter was able to come out and get the win there, just getting the kill streaks, winning the one-on-ones, being gun dominant the whole match, and getting the buzzers there. So a great job by Meter.
It was a nice showing by Mark Johnson. I like the tenacity out there. However, Meter Ninios just a little bit.
The new 101 rules for the Ultimate Shootout are simple. There are multiple ways to score points. 1 point is awarded for a kill, and then players will switch sides. If there is a simultaneous kill, then both players will be awarded a point. There are 3 buzzers located at the 50-yard line: blue, red, and black. 8 seconds before the round starts, the bonus buzzer, worth 4 points, will be indicated by a puff of smoke and announced to the competitors, potentially changing their strategy at the last second. The other 2 buzzers are worth 3 points each, but the round only ends after an elimination, and the players can hit more than 1 buzzer in a round. If the players get 3 kills in a row, they'll activate a kill streak bonus, and every kill thereafter they will receive an additional 3 points, plus the point for a kill, for a total of 4 points. The kill streak carries over. and only ends when their opponent gets a kill. The first player to reach 20 points wins the match. If there is a tie, rounds will be played until the tie is broken. And if both players get past 20 points in a round, the highest score will win. Welcome to the next round of the quarterfinals here at the very first Ultimate Shootout. I'm Matty Marshall, and we are here at Paintball Fit in Waxahachie, Texas. Right now, it's going to be two teammates that play essentially the same position, slightly different. Ryan Hall taking on BJ Hindenburg. I also have one of the best coaches in paintball up here to help us commentate this one-on-one battle. And it's Ryan Brand from San Antonio X Factor, series champ, 2 tournament wins last year in the NXL, and he helped coach both Dimitri Ninios and Jesse Stevens into the semifinals.
Going into this third match, Ryan Hall, how are you feeling about this new format and playing this for the first time?
I'm feeling good. It's a ton of fun. I mean, the buzzers add some dynamic to it. You got to actually try to shoot the guy. You got to run and get buzzers. A lot of variables here. It's a good time.
Yeah, you and BJ don't play the same spot, but you play similar spots often. So do you think that is going to play into the tactics here in this next match?
I mean, we'll see. There's no snake out here for BJ to run into. I got to go to the snake sometimes, So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I could play all these spots. Some of them a little tall for me, but we'll make it happen.
What is the history between you two? Obviously, you guys play together all the time, but is there any of that tension or that rivalry between you?
Well, normally we're on other sides of the field, but sometimes I got to go over there and play behind him, push him down the field, get him going, get the wheels turning a little bit. But it is what it is.
Yeah, so usually you're his motivation, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, all right. Well, good luck, Ryan. BJ, come on over. How do you feel about what you just heard?
None of that's true. My wheels are always turning. The league saw me in 2019. He never played over there once behind me, so I don't know what he's talking about.
I did hear from a little birdie that you said he hasn't been relevant for years.
Yeah, because there's no W out here, right? So that's the wall, and that's what he was known for, Ryan the Wall Hall, right?
So you practiced this format last weekend, right?
Yeah, I did. I practiced it.
And what did you kind of figure out about playing this in terms of kill streaks, buzzer? There's a lot of different strategies you can do to get points and to win.
Don't sit in the back bunker and just try to shoot a guy. You got to keep moving around. You let a guy hit the buzzer a couple times and they're back into the game. So yeah, try to stay moving around and get as many buzzers as possible.
The game can change at any point. Well, good luck to both of you.
So Ryan, give me a little bit of some inside information. Oh, we getting a little just chest bump here to start things out? I think they just did a little chest bump here to start these things out. So, yeah, BJ had some words for Ryan Hall too, to kind of set this matchup. So yeah, what do you think about here? It says we're start the first round.
Yeah, I think these guys are both rookie of the year winners. So so it's going to be really interesting that who's going to hold that title, who's going to come out firing.
Jumping into the first round here and slightly more aggressive. Here comes Ryan Hall as he's streaking up on that stand-up side of the field, trying to get to that red buzzer or the black one in the center. BJ matches him now as he moves up, and Ryan's going to get the drop on him potentially. There goes BJ. He launches. He hits that buzzer in the center, the black buzzer, but neither player eliminated so far. I think they might have just immediately. I think Ryan Hall trying to plead his case that it wasn't a mutual. I don't know, Ryan Brand. I thought it looked about as bang as it gets.
That looked very bang. I think that it was very interesting that Ryan definitely got lost there.
Buzzer, Ryan.
So Ryan got lost from BJ early, but once Ryan went for that buzzer and BJ got an idea of that, he just went sprinting for the next buzzer to even things out. So he used his speed to his advantage, even though he had a kind of disadvantage. Ryan had the initiative. BJ just came right at him, and we tied it up.
Yeah, interesting how this one started out. Not starting out slow. This one so far, I mean, we're only into round 1 here. Each one of these engagements is a round. Came as advertised. Highly aggressive for both of these first attackers from AC Dallas, but a slight edge right now for BJ Hindenburg as he did cut into the center of the field. He hit that bonus buzzer, and then with the mutual kill, Ryan Hall also got the buzzer as well, too. The score currently sitting here 5-4.
Yeah, it's kind of that bonus buzzer coming into play right away. Even though Ryan had the advantage early on, he kind of went for that blue buzzer that wasn't on the bonus, and BJ was able to counter.
Yeah, the counters and just keeping your wits about you here as the positions change. I mean, essentially being able to prevail in a scramble as these variables completely change depending on where your opponent is shooting. I mean, that's what this format is about. So 10 seconds to go before the start of this next round, and it looks like the blue buzzer is going to be the bonus buzzer over here on the car wash side of the field. And it looks like BJ's going to line up and immediately go towards that bonus buzzer, but Ryan Hall strikes and clips his loader. So elimination and kill here for Ryan Hall. And that is going to tie things up here, Ryan Brand.
Yeah, and that was really interesting. Ryan Hall actually got a late jump off the gate and somehow got his gun up in time, whipped it around, and got his first ball to connect on his loader. So pretty interesting for Ryan to not have a very good start. He was not touching up right away.
From a strategic and tactical standpoint, it does get a little complex out there. You were coaching Meter and Jesse and getting them into the semifinals. Talk to me a little bit about the strategy behind this Ultimate Shootout format.
So the kill streak is what comes in the most. It puts a lot of pressure on people. So once you get that, you have 2 kills on them. They know that if you get shot one more time, we're going to have a big point swing. So you're really wanting to control that advantage when you have it. And when they do have the advantage on it, you're more so concerned on getting him off of that kill streak as soon as possible.
Yeah, the kill streak is absolutely huge. Adding those 4 extra points every single time can really swing a game here. And it looks like it's going to be the blue buzzer now for the bonus buzzer. Let's see if BJ goes for it again, and he is. BJ Hindenburg is just going to cut. He's going to hit that bonus buzzer and wasn't shot, so it looked like he thought he was going to get taken out. Didn't catch a ball, popped up, and might have traded out here with Ryan. So 4 points going to be 4 points for the bonus buzzer, but did he get a ball on Ryan Hall is the question. That was pretty interesting.
It was. I really like that strategy from BJ. They had just traded, so no one had an advantage on a kill streak to make them too close to it. So BJ goes right at the bonus buzzer, scores 4 points, and has, just a 1-point trade.
Yes, so it looks like Ryan Hall was clean, so he's going to get the elimination on BJ, but BJ getting that crucial bonus buzzer should give him a 3-point lead here.
Score is 9-6 BJ.
9-6 in favor of BJ Hindenburg here in this race to 20 points.
So right here, it's going to be very interesting if BJ can continue and press his lead. And getting another buzzer here will start to put him in that position of where Ryan Hall will be in a lot of danger of
orange.
So orange bonus buzzer now, and BJ's been really attacking those bonus buzzers, which is why he has this lead. Looks like he might be going towards the blue buzzer side of the field, and then Ryan's going to cut towards the center, and they're going to meet, though he doesn't get the shot in on BJ yet. Might have clipped him in the back, but yet another hyper-aggressive round here for BJ Hindenburg. It looks like he hit that blue buzzer before he got shot yet again. But Ryan Hall also getting that buzzer in the center.
4 points Ryan, 3 points BJ.
Kill streak.
So Ryan Hall.
Kill streak bonus. Additional 3 points. 7 points total. 13-12 Ryan Hall. 1 minute.
So the score now going to be quite a few points here for Ryan Hall in that last one. Ryan Brand is so Ryan Hall with the kill streak engaged, also got a buzzer. BJ Hindenburg, that's the strategy though. Hyper aggressive. BJ's hitting lots of buzzers, but he's not getting those kills, allowing Ryan Hall to stack up and get into that kill streak engaged advantage. And now if he continues to get the kills here on BJ, he could win this one right here. Ryan Hall 7 points away from winning this match and moving on into the semifinals. BJ Hindenburg needs to do something here, but you know what though, man? I mean, he's got. This is a close match. I mean, he's been hitting the buzzers and scoring these points. This one's close.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, he needs to shoot Ryan Hall, and he needs to do it this point.
You talked about that, and we've been talking about that. How important strategically that kill streak is. So we'll see BJ. No, they're still going to meet in the middle. Boom. Oh, and they run right into each other. And it looks like a collision here as BJ Hindenburg pretty much stabs Ryan. Now, Ryan, a former football player, I think BJ also. So they kind of took it both, no problem, bounced off each other. But BJ, checked to BJ's the bigger man. So he was, yeah, so it's going to be a mutual kill. BJ hit that buzzer just in case, but.
14-13, Ryan Hall.
14-13 here.
So that really played out in BJ's advantage. If he would have gotten that buzzer and Ryan would have let him take it and just shot him, Ryan would still be on his kill streak and racking up points. So going for that trade there, it was a smart play by BJ.
I'm good. I just feel like I stabbed BJ. He doesn't know it yet. You sure you're not bleeding somewhere?
Absolutely. He cancels the kill streak, and I'm also wondering, because of that collision, are they going to be a little shaken up? I mean, it looks like, BJ's the bigger guy physically, so, I mean, typically that's not something we talk about in paintball other than height advantage or the fact that you're small and harder to shoot, but very rarely do we have collisions like that in the game of paintball. But now that I don't know, maybe Ryan might be shaken up a little bit. It looks like he's coming out no problem. I doubt it though. Ryan Hall, former football player, And, I mean, he's used to taking hits and giving hits.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go before the start of this next round. The blue buzzer will be the bonus here on the car wash side of the field. Ryan Hall, and BJ hasn't even shot a ball out of his gun yet. Gets all the way to the bonus buzzer, and Ryan Hall's going to get a buzzer as well, too. BJ's still alive. Oh, looks Ryan Hall gets another buzzer as well. That should seal it up. I think Ryan Hall taking the game right now, even after the collision. And he starts John immediately after that, and rightfully so. What a great heads-up play for Ryan Hall. BJ Hindenburg with the big risk, not even shooting his gun, running for the bonus buzzer.
7 points.
But Ryan Hall
21 points finish.
sealing up the victory here and taking out his teammate BJ Hindenburg with 21 points.
And I think that is the first time we've seen someone hit 2 buzzers in 1 point.
One more time. Who's going to win that one? Who's going to win that one? I think he said he's going to wipe me off the deck. That's what I thought. Get your hearing aids checked.
And just to do it to, be a walk-off game winner was pretty awesome.
The round is not over once the buzzer is hit. You could theoretically hit all of the buzzers and get the kill and stack up a ton of points. Ryan Hall for the very first time here, and we're at the first, ultimate shootout. We're learning as we go. But what a great job by Ryan Hall. We talked about how even they were matched and how this was, as far as the glory is concerned, as far as the story is concerned, this was a big match for Ryan Hall.
Yeah, I didn't have no gun on that one.
I'm serious. You got to check yourself. I feel like I dug into you pretty good. Oh, that's not bad there. That's just a shot.
Maybe up there.
That's just a shot up there. Why do you have to run so much? It's exhausting.
Way to go, Ryan Hall winning that one. Now,
Red and black. 8 seconds before the round starts, the bonus buzzer, worth 4 points, will be indicated by a puff of smoke and announced to the competitors, potentially changing their strategy at the last second. The other 2 buzzers are worth 3 points each, but the round only ends after an elimination, and the players can hit more than 1 buzzer in a round. If the players get 3 kills in a row, they'll activate a kill streak bonus, and every kill thereafter, they will receive an additional 3 points, plus the point for a kill, for a total of 4 points. The kill streak carries over, and only ends when their opponent gets a kill. The first player to reach 20 points wins the match. If there is a tie, rounds will be played until the tie is broken. And if both players get past 20 points in a round, the highest score will win. About to jump into the second round of the quarterfinals. Jesse Stevens taking on Clint Johnson here at the Ultimate Shootout, the very first Ultimate Shootout ever. I'm Matty Marshall, got TJ Danner here, one of the best in the business. AC Dallas, a one-on-one specialist himself. So real quick here, give me a breakdown. Jesse Stevens, Clint Johnson, you're obviously familiar with all these Texas players. TJ, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit different matchup than what we saw in the first one, whereas Mark and Meter are more gun-dominant players in that, and you see Jesse and Clint are 2 of the fastest, most athletic guys that you'll see in paintball. So I think you're really going to get a lot of exciting running around, a lot of things that will be difficult to ref, some of those bang plays at the buzzers, things like that. So this is going to be, say, one of the most explosive matchups that I could even think of.
we are going into our next match, Clint Johnson versus Jesse Stevens. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, sun's out, a little overcast, got the clear lens in, vision's ready. I mean, it's going to be a simple ball game. We're ready for it.
Oh, a simple ball game. Now, I know you and Jesse have some history. Tell us about that history a little bit.
Honestly, I just hit the clear history button. This is a new day, new field. Spray some Febreze, got a fresh start. I'm just ready to kick his ass.
And how are you going to do that? What are your tactics out here?
Shoot fast, run fast, dive low, and hit a buzzer.
Just do all of the things.
All the above.
Hit multiple buzzers. Just go for all three of them at the same time.
We're gonna shoot for it.
All right, well, good luck to you. All right, so Jesse Stevens, how are you feeling about going into this match and exactly who you're playing, Clint Johnson?
I feel great. Clint and I have played against each other for years now, so this is nothing new to me.
Before you came over here, I heard him saying you looked a little nervous.
There's nothing to be nervous about. I'm just happy to play paintball with my friends.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about this format? I've only seen one match so far, but it was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it looked like it. We were watching from the sidelines. It's aggressive. People are all over the place running around, getting these buzzers, but, it's just all about the aggression. It really is. Just keeping the foot on the pedal and just going.
All right, well, good luck out there.
Yeah, and I think one of the big advantages Jesse has, Jesse's probably, one of the more skilled players in paintball in that his running and shooting's on point, his gunfighting's on point. He's one of those guys that you see that's just out of the field doing drills all the time. So those technical skills, which really kind of shine in a one-on-one format, are going to show here today. So it's going to be an interesting format, an interesting matchup. I mean, I'd have to give the favor to Clint Johnson, given that I've seen him play so well in this format. But, I mean, with the speed and skills that Jesse has, it's anyone's game.
Blue buzzer is going to be the bonus buzzer here. Jesse Stevens was an integral part of the attack for San Antonio X Factor during their series championship. We're starting it out here, round number 1. Jesse and Clint engaging. Clint hyper aggressive to start this one out, TJ, as he is trying to get to that black buzzer, and he might have got clipped right before he got to that buzzer, and it looks like the elimination and the kill is going to go to Jesse Stevens, and he's going to get on the board first here.
Yeah, and I think that point right there is more what you're going to see up this whole matchup, with both players kind of making big runs and kind of, like you said, fixed bayonets, meet in the middle. It's going to be a really exciting one to watch.
So Clint, though, playing the aggressor to start things out as he was trying to go up to the center to that black buzzer. And TJ, that black buzzer, I think, unarguably the easiest one of the 3 to hit. So when that black buzzer becomes the bonus buzzer, really look for players to potentially push that center of the field. But Clint pushing that action early. Jesse also, know your opponent, right? And he knows that Clint is going to be hyper aggressive, and it cost Clint on that one.
Yeah, and it's interesting, too, when you get 2 players that are really hyper-aggressive, that it makes it a little bit harder to hit the buzzer, I think, because you have a guy meeting you there at the 50. It's not you're at the 50 with the other guy still stuck in the back and you're trying to make a run for the buzzer. It's you're both going there meeting in the middle, so it makes it a little bit more difficult maybe to hit those buzzers, and there's going to be a lot of focus on the kills.
Probably going to see a decent amount of trades here as well, too. Simultaneous eliminations, potentially. We will see. It looks like it's going to be orange for the bonus buzzer there on the stand-up side of the field. Bigger, taller bunkers on that side. Clint, a little taller guy. Jesse, more perfect paintball size. And Clint is going to go for that blue buzzer, and it looks like he's going to get it. But Jesse's going to get the bonus buzzer, and then he's going to get taken out. So it's going to be 4 points for each players, though. I don't think Clint took a ball. Yeah, it looks like Clint was clean. I mean, he immediately runs off.
Buzzer, Clint.
Yeah, we saw Clint do this a number of times in some of our testing, where he would go the complete opposite way of the bonus buzzer with his gun facing the way of the bonus buzzer. So he's trying to maybe get one of the buzzers that's a little bit easier to hit while still keeping an eye on maybe getting a free kill on somebody else going for the bonus buzzer. So I think we'll see Clint kind of do the same thing that we just saw there, a number of points.
Elimination.
Yeah, so
Clint Johnson.
The elimination for Clint Johnson, getting that shot on Jesse. So the score now is going to be 5-4 here, and we just saw an example there, TJ, of how many points you can put up pretty quick in this format. Occasionally, you're just going to see one guy shoot the other guy, get that 1 point. Now, as we saw in the first round of the quarterfinals with Meter and Mark Johnson, Meter taking that victory and moving on to play the winner of this match. But Meter had to come from behind.
Yeah, and you saw Meter come from behind early in that match, and that's what this format allows. It allows for some big point swings in there. I mean, even that one, you saw both players score 4 or 5 points in that round. So that's what the format allows. No lead is safe.
Yeah, definitely no lead is safe. The bonus buzzer going to be in the center now for this next round. And at the start of this engagement, Clint immediately up over the top and trying to roll his gun to catch Jesse. Jesse pushing the issue here towards the car wash side. And it looks like, though, that Clint on the run going to get the shot on Jesse just as he came around from that Dorito.
1 point.
Yeah, and that's another one where you see Clint just was able to play over the top of his bunker early, be gun dominant. And I think he actually caught Jesse going into that Dorito there. So that's really something typical of Clint, is you'll see him try to be over the top of bunkers, gun dominant, and then try to make a big run here or there. So I think, Clint uses his height and athleticism to his advantage, and he knows how to play that way.
Kind of like you.
Yeah. I can't wait to get out here and play the format.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to be one of the guys, but you're still dealing with that knee injury, right?
Yeah, it's healing up nice now, though. I think I'm one of the few people that's perfectly okay with this little break in paintball.
Again, on paper, as far as who's favored in this match, sure, you might be able to give it to Clint slightly, but, I mean, Jesse, you could also make an easy argument that Jesse should be the favorite in this one, too, with the experience he's had, very high level in San Antonio X Factor. So a little bit more conservative break here as these guys now, and then Clint's going to start attacking here towards that blue. Ripping his gun. Oh, and looks like the elimination going to be for Jesse. Jesse caught one too, though, and that stops the kill streak. Oh, but Clint arguing, saying that they traded.
Shot in the face.
Was it a mutual, though, is the question. It looks like it was a pretty close bang-bang gunfight right there, TJ.
Yeah, it was a mutual there, and both players traded, both getting shot in the face there. One of the interesting things I was thinking about this matchup is a lot of times you see in different one-on-one sports like the UFC or MMA, when you get two guys that you watch a match and you think this is going to be the most exciting matchup ever, sometimes you end up getting a letdown.
Well, because they cancel each other out sometimes.
Exactly, but we're not getting that at all here. You see both players coming out aggressive, going for the buzzers, running straight at each other. And like you said, I think we're going to get a lot of trades just due to the nature of the aggression of both players.
Yeah, tactically speaking, these two players are kind of mirror
Way to
images
block
of
that
each
kill
other.
streak.
They both serve as that first attacker
We'll
role
get it
for
back.
their respective teams. Both of these guys fearless on the attack, which is why they got put in that position in the first place. So
he's hiding in the back.
And it's definitely showing here. Clint, I would say, pushing the issue
It's like they got the same coach or something.
Than Jesse, but Jesse is also going for those buzzers too. So it's pretty even here, as you can see the score tied up 6-6. These two guys switching sides now. Looks like the orange bunker or orange buzzer going to be that bonus buzzer now there on the stand-up side of the field. Those two triangle stand-up bunkers, and there comes Jesse immediately taking Clint out as he tries to get to his first spot. Going to take a slight lead here now, 7-6.
Yeah, and it's interesting. You see both players still making aggressive pushes there, and not staying in the back center at that point. They both ended up going out to that side of the bonus buzzer. And you saw Jesse able to cut back through the center of the field and get a shot on Clint Johnson there.
Neither one of these guys content to just gunfight from those back spots. And, of course, it's Jesse Stevens and Clint Johnson. I don't think we're going to see too much hiding in the back spots trying to win this ultimate shootout match one kill at a time.
Yeah, and I think you're a little bit less worried about the kill streaks in a game like this because I think you're pretty confident that you can trade out with the guy whenever you need to.
Right, but you shot him early, so maybe he'll mix it up. But I was told
Yeah.
if that's the case, if you see him going right, come through that fucking first gap hard into this temple and control him.
20 seconds.
Right now for Jesse Stevens, 7-6.
It's interesting, too, seeing Ryan come out and talk to Jesse every point. I don't know how different players would react. At some point, there's too much information in your head, so I think it's a tough thing to find a balance as a coach on how much do you want to be in your player's ear versus just letting him play. So I think that's going to be an interesting thing to watch.
Yeah, you don't want to give your guy too much information. I mean, you have to let him play the game, but you want to give him pertinent information that's going to help him prevail. And now Clint is creeping up in that center, trying to hit that black buzzer, and he gets it right before he gets taken out.
Buzzer.
So buzzer hit for Clint Johnson, 3 points, but another point for Jesse. But that is going to give Clint Johnson a 1-point lead. 9-8 will be the score.
Score 9-8.
Yeah, and that was the first one where you really saw somebody get lost. Jesse was able to he kind of got stuck there, committing to just looking one side of the field. And that's how you lose in this format. I mean,
yeah.
You sit there, you look one way, a player makes a big cut, and they get a big 3 points off of it. So it's really one of those formats where you have to be heads up with your eyes up the whole time. You can't afford to lose somebody. And that's what you see when in this format and any other format, whenever you're in a one-on-one and you get locked into one side of the field, it's typically how guys are losing. So in this format, it costs you heavy there.
And some players definitely looking, when they see an initial forward progression from their opponent, sometimes will post up slightly. We saw that a little bit more in the first match here, but like you said, eyes up, gun downfield, and eyes scanning back and forth. You cannot spend much time dedicating yourself to a lane here, even if you are trying to, protect the bonus buzzer. Bonus buzzer now going to be that black buzzer in the center of the field. Clint Johnson, Jesse Stevens, and Clint staying in that back spot here as Jesse's going to push up forward there toward that bonus buzzer, and he goes and tries to get to the car wash. Looks like they might have simultaneous kills there here. I don't know. Maybe Jesse with the first kill?
It looked like Clint got shot there, tried to put a few extra balls there, make it a mutual.
1-1.
So he got, it is a mutual kills here.
1 minute.
Yeah, and this one of the things where in this format and anytime you see players play a one-on-one, sometimes you see guys overextend. When you get shot, you put on those extra 4 or 5 shots, just enough to where the ref isn't able to call anything. You get those shots off, and you end up mutual. So it's tough to see there in a bang-bang play.
No, you're good.
We're back to 1-1, Jesse.
It'll be a battle, motherfucker. I came 19 hours just to whoop your ass.
Ooh, that's a long drive to get beat.
I'm always deep, baby. Got me out here running on my third leg.
Well, like you were saying, though, TJ, with this matchup, two highly aggressive guys, maybe not going to need, and very close as far as their skill sets are concerned.
Yeah. He's trying to blind me out with the middle. Yeah.
He's coming for the buzzer too.
Okay.
So you're gonna get a trade and he's up on you.
When we're not so much worried about the kill streak and the players are both running at each other, you could actually get into a longer match. Exciting, aggressive points to watch, but when it's just 1 point here, 1 point there, and you're not letting your opponent get the buzzer because you're meeting him there, you could see these matches go a little bit longer.
Which is then really going to test your stamina. Black bonus buzzer in the center of the field. But, man, I hope everyone has their fitness up because this format is definitely going to test the stamina. Like you said, they're playing longer. Here goes Jesse. Jesse attacking in the center of the field again here, and Clint screaming at the referee to yell and say he hit him in the pack. Looks like Jesse's going to hit that black bonus buzzer in the center and then chew up Clint as Clinton overextends, trying to dive over here to hit that blue buzzer. So Jesse Stevens stepping up here, and as long as he's clean, he's going to take the lead.
Yeah, and I think Clinton let himself get a little bit distracted there. He thought he shot the guy in the pack. You see maybe a ball or a different color on the jersey, something like that flash, and you think you shot the guy, and it looked like Clint put his gun down there for a second, and it really cost him 4 points. So, this is one of the things when you're in this 1-on-1, 5-on-5, any type of format. Looks like Jesse arguing a little bit there.
Yeah, it's Jesse Stevens saying he's clean as a whistle, and he will be here all day. Some chirping coming from the sidelines right here.
Yeah, and
it did look like Jesse got the bonus buzzer, got the shot on Clint. I didn't see Clint get a shot on Jesse.
Yeah, I don't think Clint got a shot on Jesse. I think Clint just tried to call it out and really let himself get a little bit distracted there. But we got Mark Johnson still talking from the sidelines.
14-10, Jesse.
So now the score's going to be 14-10, a 4-point lead right now for Jesse Stevens. He's 6 points away from taking this victory. There is no clock out here to worry about. It's just who gets to that 20 points first. But like you said, the more rounds you go, each one of these engagements is a round, the tougher it's going to be physically.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's no... Everybody that plays paintball know that a one-on-one's a tiring thing to play in. I mean, you have to do everything for yourself. You're running around. You got to go back and forth in between each point.
I got shot running towards that.
It's a tiring format.
Yeah. No, sorry over there.
See a little bit of an argument.
Yeah, he ran
on
this
the
way and hit
sides
that
here.
buzzer. Take it. He's on the wrong side.
Which sides?
Clint, Jesse trying to pull the Russian Legion trick on Clint.
Yes.
Clint, you're on the right side. Jesse.
It's all right. You're a little slow. It's all right.
So Jesse going to be
You got the
walking
gun
back
skills,
to
just not the
his
brain
correct
smart.
side of the field. And Jesse in the blue and Clint in the orange. I do like how Coach Ryan Brand is really trying to give his guys as much information as possible. Like you said, though, TJ, you do have to worry about the amount of information you are giving to your players. You don't want them to be thinking about every single little variable that you have on this field. You have to let them play the game, but you want to give them that pertinent information they need.
Yeah, and it could be another interesting thing where it could take a lot of pressure off Jesse if Ryan's giving him specific instructions on here's how to play this point, to where Jesse's not worried about that. He's just worried about going out and executing.
And it's also good to have a calm presence in your ear in between rounds to calm you down a little bit and keep you focused. Now Jesse again playing the aggressor, going right towards up in that center, and he hits the black buzzer again. And also gets the kill on Clint, and I don't think he traded. And yeah, it looks like Jesse Stevens again gets a buzzer and is clean, so he's really starting to rack up these points. 18-10. Yeah, you could say Mark Johnson already eliminated from this event, but he's still a part of it. He's down here on the sidelines.
Yeah, and there's definitely
trying to root on
no
his
love
teammate.
lost between AC and X Factor. So it's a fun thing to watch every time.
You're running too slow.
Your shot's too slow. Your mouth is fast, but your shot is slow.
I think the same about you, man.
3 points awarded to Clint Johnson, buzzer.
Yeah, so it looks like they are going to give Clint Johnson those 3 crucial points for a buzzer hit. So now it's just a 5-point lead here right now for Jesse Stevens heading into this next round. We're in the quarterfinals, ultimate shootout. See if Jesse Stevens can hit a buzzer here, TJ, and take this victory.
Yeah, and Clint still put himself in a real tough spot here because the way this is going in a lot of trades, it's going to be tough for him to make this comeback here.
Bonus buzzer is in the center here. It's that black buzzer. It looks like Jesse Stevens and Clint Johnson both going for it here.
Yeah.
Both get a buzzer, and then Jesse Stevens is going to seal up the deal. He's begging for a penalty. He doesn't need it, as both Clint and Jesse were able to hit a buzzer. Not the bonus. Bonus buzzer was in that center of the field, but that should seal the deal here.
That was a penalty. Penalty, and I get the dub. It's all right. I'll be here all fucking day.
Hey, watch your mouth, young kid. You're barely over the age of 18.
3 points, Jesse Stevens. 3 points, Clint Johnson.
That one on the ground, you put some extra, like fucking like went all in my
Right,
right
don't
eye.
call me stupid. You're gonna respect my mental game, dog. I just hit you with Mamba mentality.
I don't know if it was a mentality.
Come on.
I don't know. If we're playing on a normal sized human field, maybe it would be a little bit easier.
Barrel socks on, safe.
So Jesse is going to move on to play his teammate, Meter Ninios, in the semifinals before we get into the next quarterfinal matchup. Ryan Hall, BJ Hindenburg. What do you think about that Meter Ninios, Jesse Stevens matchup?
I think that's going to be a great matchup, and you see a bit of a mix of styles there with Meter. You saw him being real gun dominant, hanging back, focusing a lot on the kill streaks that match, and then Jesse coming out, running the 50s, trying to hit buzzers, and you see Jesse make a real smart play to close that one out when he knows a trade out's good for him, so he just makes a run for the buzzer, able to close it out there. So I think you're going to get a nice contrast of styles. It's going to be cool to watch those guys' teammates go at it, so I'm excited to watch that one.
All right, way to go, Jesse Stevens winning that match. Clint, you played strong, but how do you feel?
I feel good. You know, when I was walking the layout this morning, I noticed the bunkers were half the size, and so I had to feel with Jesse. You know, every time I do a team picture, it's short guys up front, so I think he had a chip on his shoulder coming out, and I can respect that. So going back to being good friends, we were friends before the match. We were not friends during the match, and I'm just glad to see that he got the W's moving on. It's all good hearts here.
Yeah, you guys were quiet to begin with, but you started chirping up a little bit. How are you feeling about that win?
I feel good. You know, it was going to be a battle going into it, and Clint definitely motivated me to come out here and prove a few things. So I'm just happy we had a great battle all around and got to see some buddies out here. So I'm happy.
This format takes a lot of physical endurance, but you were saying it's also about the mental game. So talk to me a little bit about that. What's your mental game like coming out for this?
Well, the one-on-one game, I mean, with it being a shorter field and it's a faster pace, it's all about how you mentally approach each point. You know, you have to have quarterback's amnesia going into each one. Whether you lost or won the point, you just got to move on to the next one and come out with something different, you know. Clint was chirping, and I had to come out each point with a little bit more every single time, and it was all about staying mentally composed, you know, emotional management.
Well, you guys did great. And yeah, like you said, you can't ever think you've got anything in the bag because he could have come back and gotten 5 points and then it was tied again.
Yeah.
So great job, guys. Yeah.
The new 101 rules for the Ultimate Shootout are simple. There are multiple ways to score points. 1 point is awarded for a kill, and then players will switch sides. If there is a simultaneous kill, then both players will be awarded a point. There are 3 buzzers located at the 50-yard line: blue, red, and black. 8 seconds before the round starts, the bonus buzzer, worth 4 points, will be indicated by a puff of smoke and announced to the competitors, potentially changing their strategy at the last second. The other 2 buzzers are worth 3 points each, but the round only ends after an elimination, and the players can hit more than 1 buzzer in a round. If the players get 3 kills in a row, they'll activate a kill streak bonus, and every kill thereafter,